Good evening and welcome to News 24 English Bulletin. This is Sharina Wahid. Those were the headlines, now the details. Bangladesh will be given a high-powered nuclear reactor for the Rupur nuclear power plant, said Rosatom Director General Alexei Likhayev on Thursday. Likhayev paid a courtesy call to Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at her official residence, Ganu Bhavan. He said fresh nuclear fuel will also come to Bangladesh in October of next year for the RNPP. The Rosatom DG told the Premier that they want to celebrate the arrival of fresh nuclear fuel in Bangladesh with the participation of the International Atomic Energy Agency IAEA Director General and concerned persons. Mentioning that they are training the Bangladeshi people for the RNPP, he said Russia is also interested in conducting research on nuclear science and technology in Bangladesh. He added that Russia is also providing assistance in building infrastructure for nuclear governance in Bangladesh. The Center for Policy Dialogue, CPD, has emphasized on reducing fuel price in a bid to curb inflation. The institution also suggested increment in wages for workers and laborers in all industries to deal with impacts of inflation. At the same time, they are open to increase incentive for very poor families and assistance for agriculture production. The think tank made the suggestion at a program at its own office at Dhanmondi in the capital this morning. Akramil Haq Shumon has the details.
Residents of the capital consume 19 products in common. A family of 4 members spends at least 22,421 taka for buying these products. Even at the beginning of 2009, the expense was 17,530 taka. That is, the expenditure on the same products has increased by 4,891 taka in the span of 3.5 years. Presenting such information, the CPD said inflation in food and other products has been increased at the same pace. There is no similarity with government account and the reality.
Suppose salary of workers increases by 5% every year. Even after that, where the salary will stand will not be sufficient for the expense. That is, increasing salaries has become essential.
As an importer, we feel pressure when food prices increase. When prices were low, they had to do some reforms. As we have not performed the reforms, the crisis has been more intensified.
The Food and Agriculture Organization FAO of the United Nations expressed concern of food crisis in 45 countries in the world, including Bangladesh. The CPD has emphasized on finding out alternative way to avert food crisis.
As there is so much pressure, the price of oil should be reconsidered.
Those institutions provide long-term and low-interest loans. We should take foreign loans from those sources. If the money is not properly used, then taking the loans would be negative for us.
According to the researchers, Bangladesh has to face 7 sorts of crises. The CPD has highlighted on changing and incorporating strategy after evaluating government initiatives in dealing with the crisis. Akramul Haq Shumon, News 24.
Awami League General Secretary Badul Qadir claimed that the government and Awami League never hindered any BNP rally ever, or it would never create any obstacles. Qadir made the claim at a press briefing on Thursday. He said the BNP leaders are trying to make the Awami League into opponent by making speeches of their own will. Khaleda Zia's sentence has been suspended under 2 conditions under Section 401 of the Criminal Procedure Code. She is now undergoing treatment and the suspension is being increased every 6 months considering her condition. Law Minister Anisul Haq said this while talking to reporters after an exchange of opinion meeting with factory owners, workers and BEPSA officials at Ashulia in Savar this afternoon. He said the government has increased the salary and allowances of the government workers so that they can live well. Secretary of the Ministry of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs, Gholam Sarwar, and Executive Chairman of BEBSA, Major General Abdul Kalam Muhammad Ziaur Rahman were, among others, present at the program. Contractual appointment of Bangladesh ambassador to the U.S., Mohammad Shahidul Islam, has been cancelled. Public Administration Ministry issued a notification in this regard. Deputy Secretary Mohammad Rafiqul Islam signed the notification ordered by President. The appointment has been cancelled following lodging a petition by the retired Foreign Ministry official. The government decided to remove Shahidul after the U.S. imposed sanctions on RAB. Meanwhile, Shahidul Islam is going to be replaced by Muhammad Imran, the High Commissioner of Bangladesh in India. The government has decided to appoint him as the next ambassador to the United States. Myanmar has agreed to honor all the previous agreements signed between Bangladesh and Myanmar and conveyed a willingness to take back Rohingyas after verification, said Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen today. The Foreign Minister also said that the Chinese side has yet to come up with good news on Rohingya repatriation, but they are continuing their efforts to that end. He was talking to reporters after his meeting with Chinese Ambassador Li Jiming. The hour-long meeting was held at the State Guest House, Podda. The Foreign Minister briefed media at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs later. Election Commissioner Mohammad Alamgir has said there is no opportunity to hand over the server voter list prepared by the Election Commission. He said this while talking to reporters on Thursday. He said if NID goes to Home Ministry, they will be able to only collect data from the server by paying the fee fixed by the Commission. Stating that NID and voter list are separate issues, the Commissioner said, as before, the Commission will make the voter list of citizens. The probe committee formed to investigate irregularities in Gaibantha 5 by-election worked for the consecutive third and last day today. Proceeding of the probe committee is underway from this morning at the conference room of Gaibantha Circuit House. Officials including Deputy Commissioner and Superintendent of Police were present, among others. Russian President Vladimir Putin declared martial law on Wednesday in 4 regions of Ukraine. Meanwhile, Putin warned that they would not have any relations with the United Nations if Secretary General Antonio Guterres wanted to send experts on drone issues. On the other hand, U.S. President Joe Biden stated that Russian President Vladimir Putin is following a brutal path. Bangladesh cricket team captain Shakib Hassan has moved up 1 spot to become the #1 ranked all-rounder in T20s. He surpassed Afghanistan's Mohammad Nabi following his superb outing in the recent tri-series against New Zealand and Pakistan. Meanwhile, the technical consultant of the Tigers, Sridharam Sriram, said there is no fixed opener in the T20 series. He added there will be changes in the batting order according to the condition of the match. The team of Shakib Hassan had a morning practice at Allan Border Field in Brisbane, Australia. That's all from the newsroom today. Thank you for watching News 24. Please stay with us.